Hi, here's a neat question. Have you ever realized that you talk differently depending on who you're with? Now, I notice that I do this a lot, but most people don't even realize that they do this. Now, we do this mostly with friends, family, or even strangers. And this little thing is called code switching. And code switching is pretty much, like I said, changing how you act or what you say depending on where you are or who you're with. This can include things like changing your tone, your actions, or even your language. An example of this would be like students every day who talk English at school will switch language to Spanish at home simply because their parents don't understand English. And this is one of the many ways that people use code switching. Another way would be like me right now, where I'm trying to be as proper and formal for this assignment that is only going to be seen by other students and teachers. But with my friends, I wouldn't be like this. I would be more laid back, relaxed, and a little bit more loud. Code switching is not just about just switching your language, but your behavior and personality. It's how you express yourself depending on depending on what environment that you're in or whether the environment is changing. Most people use code switching simply because they want to fit in and to be understood better when their environment is changing. At school, many students speak in a more proper way when they're talking to teachers or authoritative figures, but with their friends, they're using slang, they're joking around, and saying things that they wouldn't say to just random adults. Another reason why people use code switching would be respect. You wouldn't be high fiving or making dumb jokes with elders or like really authoritative figures like cops or firefighters. You would present yourself as more respectful simply because they are older than you and want to pretty much they want to help you. Sometimes people code switch just to feel more comfortable and to match the environment that is constantly changing around them. For me, I use code switching quite often. I notice that I use it more with friends and family, and I experience it almost every day. Depending on who I'm with, whether it's my friends, family, strangers. Like with my friends, I joke a lot. I'm loud. I am pretty relaxed. But with my family, I'm a little bit more relaxed, but I'm not as loud and I'm more respectful. But with strangers, I tend to be a little bit more respectful, but also quiet, where I wouldn't really talk as much. I would only talk when I need to, and I would only talk when I feel pretty comfortable. And I think a lot of people do this without even realizing, simply because it's natural for us. It helps us adjust to different situations, and it shows it shows different sides of us, of our personality, and shows how our personality is constantly changing depending on who we're with. Understanding how code switching works helps us see that communication is not the same for everyone. Sometimes it's different based on what culture you have or what situation you've gone through or are currently going through. It shows that the way we talk is a big part of who we are as a person and how we are presenting ourselves to others.